Okay.
Technology has far exceeded standardization.
Right.
So the standards are lagging behind by a few years and everything else. So what we've done is we've looked at the Sandbox, and the Sandbox technology gives us the best opportunity to provide the best data and the best testing services for right now, for development purposes, certification purposes, but also to give our customer the advanced knowledge of what to expect in the future. So these simulated environments that other manufacturers offer have a single point of communication where they monitor network speeds.
Okay.
It's only a single point. Well, from a testing perspective, is that going to be acceptable to know where the failure occurs? You just know it stopped working, but you don't know what caused it. Using the Sandbox technology at TUV, we're one of 4 in the entire world that has this technology. We are the only laboratory, third party, that offers this system. What we do is we have our device under test that talks to a real live 5G network antenna. That's point number 1, where we can monitor the communications. Point number 2, we can go from the antenna to the server. That's point number 2 we can monitor. Number 3 is from the server to the firewall. So now we can have multiple points. Well, the last point is actually the network. So from the firewall out to the internet, we can monitor that. That simulates the network. So now with our services and what we offer, instead of just one point to point, we can actually look at 4 areas of where the problems are. So now the customer knows, is it the network that's causing the problem, or is it the DUT that's causing the problem? Well, the one advancement that TUV is offering in a service for 1 day extra of our normal testing circuit, only 1 day.
Okay.
We can do what's called interoperability testing. This means what we're going to do is actually test your product to see where it fails, not for today, but for the future. So the question is the customer going to have to redesign their product in 18 months because of the way technology goes? Or are they going to have the availability of testing and being able to wait 3 years before they have to redesign it? So while we are testing and certification company, with this technology, we're actually be able to give the customers and our partners in this area the insight to being able to see what's going to happen to their product as the future technology evolves.
Very, very interesting. Now, the Sandbox, you could instead of just doing network testing, but you could also do, you said susceptibility, right?
Yep.
And what about any emissions? What about the RF side of radiated emissions, any harmonics? Can you do that as well with the Sandbox? Or is that not something you would want to use?
Well, the Sandbox can transmit, and we have the capability because it's a known signal, we're transmitting at specific frequencies, we do know exactly what's coming in. So from an RF perspective, sometimes you don't know what those ambient signals are. They're spurious, you don't know what it is. So when you're testing, you have to understand what those signals are. We have a known signal that is measurable. So if we need to debug and do different areas of the network and everything else, we have the technology and the capability of being able to do that because we can isolate those frequencies.
So a very controlled situation, environment. Very nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time and your knowledge.
Thank you very much.